Hey everyone, today we are going to be making an Arduino Siren system. So it's not really a siren, doesn't have any sound or anything, but we're going to make these lights kind of flash up and they're going to go back and forth. So we're actually going to design it in the simulation and then we'll simulate it, but then I'll show you the real life version. So first we're going to take our breadboard. How it's going to work, we're going to rotate it. So the positive red side's facing here. And then we're gonna just wanna set up a bunch of LEDs. So I do red and blue, you can technically do any, but usually you wanna do alternating colors. So here we go, get a red one there. Oh, that's why it's not working. Yeah, put a red one there. And then we're just gonna kind of alternate them because we're gonna have blue ones in between. That's good. My inspiration for this is actually the new Spider-Man. Really good. If you saw it, you probably thought it was good. I was trying to make it more Spider-Man themed, but it's kind of hard to do that with. So we got all these. We're going to connect it here to the number of wires. We have 6 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to connect it 1 through 6. So we have 1. Oh, actually, you want to connect the wires like down here. 2, 3, 4. We got all those, and then you want to connect a ground wire to the whole row. So we got ground, and connect it to the whole positive row. And this is the setup, like it's super easy. Um, so now for the code. We're not using AI, bro. Fuck that. So we're actually gonna make an integer. Uh, L, just LEDs. It's actually gonna be a list. It's gonna equal. It's just gonna be every single LED number. So it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You gotta put a semicolon or whatever. We're gonna do num LEDs. It's just the number of LEDs we have, which is, so yeah. So that comes the actual like stuff. So for loop, so for I equals 0, icon I I plus plus, or no, it'd be this. Wait, oh no, it'd be because it's kind of like C sharp, so it'd be like this. Okay, pin mode LEDs of I. So basically, usually what output does is it just turns the LED on, and we're gonna do all the stuff that like makes the light go on. But basically, it's just taking the I integer and like looping through it, and then it's gonna take that number. Like that number's gonna be 1, number's gonna be 2, number's gonna be 3. It's taking that number LED and make sure it's lighting up. For loop for int equals 0. Actually, I think it's I equals 0. So equal to it's less than LEDs I plus plus. I'll be real. I do not know what I plus plus means. Alright. The LEDs for I, so for that thing, and high, and this is basically putting the light like on. There's no high. High needs to be like uppercase, or maybe it doesn't need to be. No, like display 150. Display 150. Your bar makes mistakes. For this one, low, and then 10. Oh, wait, wrong thing. So this should be good. Let's just verify. Okay, we got a problem here. Oh, looks like I wrote just LED instead of LEDs. Did I do that multiple times? Maybe just here? We'll see. Okay, looks like it's all good. So go over to simulate and let's see it. So here you go. So you see it's going to start there, go there, and then it's going to restart. So because it's looping through all these and turning them each on one by one. So yeah, there you go. You could probably add a sound like component to this. I probably will in the future. But let's switch over to the real life version. Hey everyone, today we are going to be making a digit display counter. So that means we're going to add a digit display function, like part, and a button. And every time you press the button, the digit display, the number on the digit display is going to go up by 1. So 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So yeah, let's get into it. So first, make a breadboard, and then rotate it this way. Now there are quite a bit of wires, and if you're making this in real life, they will get crossed, and even if you're making it in here, you'll get crossed very easily. But let's add the components first. So we need a digit display, and you want the side of the dot down here like this. So it should just be like this. You want at least two, well, at least two. You want at least 2 here and 2 here of room. And then you're going to want to add the, oh, we want some resistors, specifically 200, which is, they come in 200 ohm, right? Okay, so on either side of the digital display, and then we need a push button. We can put that in right here. Boom, we have everything. So let's start setting up these wires. So first we're going to do up in this top lane. Actually, no, let's start the button. The easiest. We need the right here. This one's going to go up here, so it's getting power to the negative lane. And the second one's actually going to go all the way over to 10. So let's grab 10, and we're going to put it all the way here. I know that's kind of like, actually, let's, yep, because this is about to get real crowded. So we get that, and then we want the thing right next to this resistor to go here. Oh, that worked. Here, so it's also in that negative lane. And then this part of the resistor to go, this part of the resistor to go here, right in the middle. And then on this side with this resistor, we're gonna put the middle of this again to right there. And this side of the resistor is going to also go up into the negative line. So that's all the resistors and stuff set up. Now we need to get out of here. So if you don't know how this works, basically each part of this is connected to each line in the digital display, and controlling each one is how we're going to do stuff. So we're actually not going to put it here because I control the dot. We're going to put one here though on the C. And the C one is going to go to the 4. So let's set that up. So 4 over the C, and trust me, you're going to want to color code or space these out or whatever. So we're going to skip over the middle one because we already have that to the D. D is going to go to 5. Yeah. And then E is going to go over to 6. Boom, we have all those bottom ones connected. Now we have all these top ones, and we have to do all 4 of the top ones. So this is where the wires get really intense. So it's gonna pull this. It's gonna obscure that, but okay, that's okay. So we got B here, and B is going to head on over to 9. B, and I guess we'll just go up. And then A right on over to 8. And we'll do it like that. This is F. Go over to 2. And then you won't guess. She's gonna go over to 3. Okay, so it's not the most organized, but it is a bunch of wires, and trust me, it looks even messier in real life. So there's actually one more wire we need to add, and that is the ground wire. The ground wire is here, and it's going to connect to this whole negative lane, because you see all these resistors here and the battery are all connected in the negative lane, and this is the thing that's actually powering all of them. So this should be the design, and then let's hop over to the code. The code, I've already started by doing all of these variables. These are the variables. Remember how we're connecting the different parts, like you're connecting C to 4. And see here, we're defining the variable here, C equals 4. And then we'll have a boolean. This should mean true or false. We'll say if it's pressed or not. Of course, at the beginning, it's not going to be pressed. The constant integer 10. Amount of times it push 0. The state's currently in 0. Setup. So this, we're going to make it so it's pin mode outputting. This, we do a similar thing for the LEDs. And we're going to do this A through G. This working. So here we go. So here we have the next part, which is just basically doing the rest of the setup stuff. So next we have the loop, where this is where all the big stuff is going to happen. So here we have all the code for the loop, and basically this is just going to be comparing the button state to the last button state, and then making it so it actually, this is the counter, it's actually increasing, then else it'll be off to 50, let's say it goes button state. So if the button pressed, turn off, digital display, just okay, some of this code might be kind of weird. Either way, so this is basically just the conditions for each thing. This is the condition for the A segment to be turned on, B, C, D, E, F, G. Basically all those segments, they're just if statements comparing different things. So the digit is not that, digit is not that. Basically all these different things to actually have it turn on. And then here is just turning off. It's gonna be digital right low for these things. So let's pull this down. This is it. We have the constant variables, all of these. Do verify. So we will verify all good. So the thing is about, I find at least in simulation, that kind of doesn't really work. So it's currently off because we have this button. So it is telling us when it goes on and off, but it, however, is not changing this. I honestly don't know the problems with that, but excuse me. The code should be good. However, we will switch over to the real life version, which doesn't work.